Hey everyone, it's Tuesday, October 24th, 2017, and it's time to go to work on music. It's been a really good day. I'm in a great place and excited for a productive session as usual. So, switching up my routine, per yesterday's videos comments, I just realized like these shorter weekday sessions were kind of getting me down, and I just didn't want to deal with that anymore. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to alter my workout schedule, which usually keeps me up a little later at night, and then there's a lot of recovery time the next day, so that I'm doing that fewer days per week, so just 2 days a week instead of three, and then also making sure that I've got plenty of recovery time the next day without compromising the music schedule. So just moving things around a little bit. So today, instead of like a 2.5 hour session, I've got a 3.5 hour session, which is just a huge difference. And that way, if anything goes wrong in the morning or I'm late to the session or something like that, it hasn't like compromised my productivity for the day. So there'll be some major changes going forward as well in the schedule to maximize music time, but this is something that I can do right now, that'll just get me ahead this particular week. So gonna hit some online classes. I'll update you guys with what I'm doing there, try to make some pretty significant progress on that today. I'm going to hit a quick drum practice, keep that pretty light for the moment, and then I'm going to hit the production front hard and listen back to the track, figure out what my goals for the day are. I might do some edits on the vocal tracks, start to get those to sit a little bit differently in the mix. Before I start tracking the drums, I don't know if that's a good idea because the drums are going to alter the timbre of the track a little bit. I'll probably bounce the track down, start getting some drum sounds, figure out where I want to go there, and then probably start sketching out some drum parts for the track and just see if I can knock this thing out and just get it done. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. I'll try to explain as much as I can and update you guys with what I accomplish at the end of the session. So let's get right into it. All right, overall very productive session. Got it on the online class front, just got some more information on the Facebook Pixel and how to optimize that with different pages, which was great. And then moved to a drum practice, watched an instructional video from one of my favorite drummers and drum teachers, JP Bouvet. And if you don't know who he is, he won the Guitar Center Drum Off quite famously. Somehow he is by far the most famous drum off winner ever, it seems. But maybe that's just because I really dug his style, and he has a great internet personality and really uses social media very fluently and productively, and also has gotten some great endorsements and uploaded some really amazing stuff about being a Berklee College of Music student, and is just seems like a really sweet dude. I've never met him in person, but he's definitely an incredible musician and just seems like a really good guy. So I've been wanting to get into his online lesson library for quite some time, and I'm just not really sure if right now is the time for me to pay and dive in on the full bore front, because growing on the drum side is just not like the main objective right now. But I think I can carve out a little extra time to do some stuff, and I'm going to start with his free lessons on his website, and then if I want to pay as I go or do the subscription thing, I'll dive a little bit deeper. But I think I want to reserve most of my drumming energy right now for tracking this record, and then my hope is once I get the record done, or once my time opens up even more in the next few weeks, that I'll be able to dive a little deeper on the instrumental front. But first things first, as much as I want to grow technically, now's the time to really put a lot of juice into tracking some great drum parts. So did that, did a quick drum practice, kept it reasonably light, and then took a break, did a little reading out of the Recording Secrets of the Small Studio, no major updates there, and then got it on the production front and just spent a while editing together the whole track, making a reasonable rough mix. I maybe spent like an hour. I didn't really record any of it. I just didn't. I thought about it a couple times, and I'm like, I'm just on the computer, it's whatever. But I'll record that next time, I guess. Or maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe you guys can let me know if you have an opinion about the computer filming. But yeah, I just edited together the track. That mostly went well. There were a couple MIDI parts and a couple parts here and there that just felt a little off. I'll listen back to it again tomorrow, make sure everything's lining up the way I want it, just to try to get something as close as possible so I could start tracking drums today. And then I bounced that down, copied it over to the computer that's hosting my drum sample library, and then went to plug in my USB interface and realized that the drivers don't work anymore with Mac OS, and that's how old this USB interface is, man. But it's a bummer because I've tracked a ton of stuff with this interface, but I guess it's seen better days. Maybe one day I'll get around to hacking some drivers together for it, and that'll be fun. But in the meantime, I just looked up what might be a suitable replacement. And I don't really need a full-on audio interface because I have that and more with the Apollo Twin that I'm using. I just need something for MIDI purely. So Roland has like a little all-in-one cable. It's basically a cable adapter type thing. And I ordered one of those. It has good reviews online. Hopefully that does the trick because I just need one MIDI input to go into the computer. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully that does the job. Hopefully it's low latency. I bopped around with the V-Drum TD12 for a little bit. That's definitely a great step in the right direction right now as far as articulation and the usage of the pads and stuff goes. I'm not sure if I have to edit velocity and parameters like that in the TD12 or if I do that on the back end, if it's just like a MIDI through thing, which I think it is. So I'll play around with that tomorrow, and then the adapter should come on Thursday at some point. So hopefully by Thursday I'm up and running with doing some drum tracking. But I can still start working on parts even if the sounds aren't totally right, and that'll be a good thing to do tomorrow and on Thursday. So just making headway, chipping away, dealing with some infrastructure stuff, and I'm very hopeful that once I get through this first track, everything else will just start to speed up as my workflow just improves and gets a little bit less experimental and a little more tried and true. So that's where I'm at today. It was extremely helpful to have a longer session, so I'm going to do everything I can going forward to keep that the case and just keep going deeper down the rabbit hole, man. I'm loving it. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are out there grinding towards your goals, enjoying the process. That's what I'm out here doing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more. Till then.